Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Beautiful Tuesday. All the debates are over. Ricky Bobby. Man, you're full of it early this morning, Steve. Today's stock pick real quick is KMT. It is a short. We'll look at shorting this below yesterday's low. Stop if it starts coming back up through the T-line with a close over the T-line. Target-wise, down here, $34 down in this area. Nice little short. Needs to get through these little lows, and maybe this short will work out. Looks like the market wants to move lower, so why not? Let's take a look at the SPY real quick before we look at the other charts. Yesterday, I had said that I thought our low was in, and we could probably see a little bit of a bounce and then come back down for more lows. Well, I was wrong. Our low is not in, and it looks to me like, let's see, 141.91. So we're around here. Looks like we're opening up around here, around this area here. So we'll see what happens in the morning. This morning, I still think the 140-ish area is a target. I still think we could see a little bounce up, and then I think the 200-day moving average is a target. I think we still have a date here, and we have a date here. I would be real surprised if it came to the 200 in one just straight down. I suspect some sort of a little bounce, something more than what we got yesterday. Yesterday was nothing, just a wannabe hammer, very poor hammer at best. But like I say, I sure thought there would have been a little something today, bouncing up, but we're not getting that, so we're headed straight down. So target 140-ish, target 200 over the next few days. We'll take a look at that. Okay, stock picks. Where are they? Here we are. PXP, possible short. Possible short. You want to short this on weakness. Still think you have some downside into the 32 area, down into here. APA, another short. If this starts to give way below yesterday's candle, I would not be afraid at all shorting this. Looking for something in the 80, even the high 70 area, 78, 79 area for a possible target down there. RFP. RFP is another one. This is nice little failure of the 34, the 50, and the 200-day moving average. Couple of dojis up there. We have a little gap down yesterday. Well, maybe not quite a gap. Maybe not quite a gap. Pair of dojis starting to roll over. Let's take a look at the line chart. The line chart is trying to move over. It just we're in a downtrend. It tried to reverse, and it just can't seem to get through the 200 basically, and now it's trying to roll over here. So this might be a pretty decent short right here. RFP. Let's keep in mind, I always have to remind people of this because we always forget about it. You don't have to trade. That's very important. That's one of the cool things about being a trader, owning your own business and trading, is that you do not have to go to work every day. You do not have to trade every day. And sometimes you actually make more money by not coming to work. And here's what I mean by that. The market is looking a little bit down, but there are an amazing amount of folks that's determined, just determined to buy something long. They just seem to think they can beat the market. You can't. You cannot beat the overall market. What you do is you play with the market. You make nice with the market, then the market makes nice with you. And just a reminder, if some people refuse to go short, or you can't go short, there are those issues too. but be careful to the long side right now anyway. Okay, let's see ED, and we have some long picks here for the longers in a minute here. ED, another failure of the 200, the 34, the 50 right in here. We're trying to rally up. Now, if this would turn around and get back over the 50, I would be a happy camper and look at this to the long side, but it appears that it's starting to fail and roll over, so it looks like it may be coming back to retest these lows and possibly sink a little further. So on weakness, we'll look at selling ED. HP. HP is failing the 200 up here. Anything below the T line, we'll look for that 50 area. Anything below there, we'll look for these lows right over here. Here's a long one, LPR. LPR, very nice setup chart-wise. If we can see this breakout, especially over this, where's my lines here? Here we go. If we can see a breakout over this area, what is that? 184, 185. That could lead us up into some pretty good money up here, but it's all going to be on that breakout right there. If we take the T line and let's just run a line just underneath the T line there. There we go. Anything in this area I think is buyable. Partial buy, then add to on a breakout. Anything below this line, you probably want to step out of it. It's likely to come back and retest the 50. So on the way up. Also, stocks that are moving up in a down market are not likely, probability speaking, they're not likely to go up as much as they normally would. And the rally is a little short-lived compared to a bullish market. Remember that. So if you do buy something like this and the market is moving down, remember to take profits into strength. This is not a time to get greedy on charts. OMG, this has been a nice trade for some in the room here. OMG, we're still headed up to the 200-day moving average. We've had a very nice big stick candle here. We've pulled back a little bit, retested the 200, the T line, and now a bullish engulf up. I suspect we see the 200-day moving average on this one, possibly higher. ALC, this is another long. I think somebody here in the room mentioned this one yesterday. ALC on strength above the 34, I would look at trading that. ALC. Inflex, I really contemplated putting this one on here. It did end up with a bullish engulf. It is floating sideways here, which is holding up well. We are coming out of a rounded bottom breakout. So based on everything I saw on the charts, like, okay, we have to put this on there. So on strength, this is important. We want to trade this on strength. If it starts dipping below the T line, be careful, because it just might want to pull down more than you want it to. Of course, if it starts moving out of this area, then we start looking at the possibility of the 200, and it needs to overcome this high right over here, this kind of crazy high. NKE, short, possible short on weakness. Take this down, and especially it starts getting down below this candle right here. We'll do it this way. That's close enough. We start moving down into these lows below that area. Definitely want to look at that short. May want to come back and revisit this doji way over here, down in here. And the last one I have is SWY. This is a long rounded bottom breakout. We want to be trading this on strength over today's candle, and it must close above today's T line. Okay, real quick, let's look at the SPY again. Looks to me, here, I'm going to get rid of these. Looks to me 141.84 with about 3 minutes to go. So right in that level. 41, there we go. Looks like we're coming into the tops of these little candles right here. Let's see what happens. Remember, the first thing in the morning, the best thing to do is watch the positions you're in, not to chase other stocks. The ones you're in are truly the most important. And with that, I will say be right back in about 2 minutes. Let's make some money today.